Penn State University gets about 300 million state taxpayer dollars each year, which is a big get, but it doesn't have to give answers about basic governance that other colleges and state agencies do, and that frustrates lawmakers. Dennis Owens is here with that story. Good afternoon, Dennis.
Good afternoon to you, James. Penn State is what's called a state-related university, along with Pitt, Temple, and Lincoln. When the right-to-know law was written, they were given a carve-out, meaning they don't have to answer right-to-know requests to the same standards as the governor's office, the health department, Department of Aging, or even state schools like Millersville and Shippensburg. This is an issue on many fronts, but let's take Penn State's proposal to close 7 satellite campuses as an example. Lawmakers and media want to know exactly how the board came to that conclusion, with specifics from board meetings and what the plan is moving forward. Well, Penn State is exempt from portions of that right-to-know law, which leads in the minds of many lawmakers to a lack of transparency that is protected.
Stonewall. The problem was they wanted to get rid of these campuses to reduce their costs, is what they said, but they had no idea, no plan on how to do that. And they're still behind the closed doors trying to develop that plan, and they don't have it.
These state-related institutions lobbied for and obtained special status under the right-to-know law. And they argued that because they're not the same as Apache School, they're governed differently, they're funded differently, that they should have different requirements. And the legislature agreed.
Now, there was a legislative tweak in 2023 to make state-relateds a little more responsive on some issues, but critics and watchdogs say not nearly enough. And James, this all came about because I was asking about the multi-million-dollar buyout of Penn State football coach James Franklin. How much exactly was it? What's the language in the contract? Who exactly agreed to it? The school responded to my request saying, we don't have to answer that.
They don't have to answer that.
They don't.
And they won't.
They didn't break the law. They don't have to.
Right.
But as Melissa Maluski just said, just because you don't have to doesn't mean you shouldn't.
And
you are getting 300 million state tax dollars.
And that, I'm sure that is the big argument. I mean, like, we are giving you this money. Shouldn't we get to know what it's being used for and how it's being spent?
Correct. But they would argue now on the athletics front, none of that money goes to football coaches or athletics at all. Athletics is self-sufficient, they argue, so it isn't tax dollars. But the fact is, it's still Penn State University.
We can be transparent when we can.
Transparency is one of those words that it always sounds good when you're saying it until somebody's asking a question you don't want to answer.
Absolutely. All right, Dennis Owens, thank you very much. Really appreciate that this afternoon.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC 27, and we're excited to announce the new ABC 27 News Plus app. Live stream newscasts or watch content on demand. This is different than the ABC 27 app on your smartphone. You can check this out at home, and it's very easy to use. With a Fire Stick, go to the home page, scroll down to search. From there, enter ABC 27. Move over to the apps, and there we are. Click the icon and install. It's just that easy.